Good Thanksgiving afternoon. This is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. I'm just going to do a real quick update. I'm not going to do a lot of breaking down, analysis. I'm just going to show you what the latest data is doing because there's still a lot of variation in it, and then I'll give you my opinion. But I'm going to try to keep this relatively short. I'm going to start off with the least aggressive data. This is the RRFS model. It's a high resolution American model. And you can see here how sharp the cutoff in the snowfall is. This model brings in snow, then rain. And it brings the rain way north. As you can see, the cutoff and heavier precipitations all the way almost up to Fort Wayne. I think that's too aggressive with the warm nose, but I am going to let you know that that's what this model has. So, it would have Madison County picking up an inch to maybe 2 inches of snow and then changing over to rain and a lot of that snow melting off because it brings in, mid 30s as the low pressure gets closer. The next least aggressive is the European. It's not as sharp with the cutoff and it's farther south. I think if we're going to get a cutoff situation where Madison County is close, this is probably it. Again, it has Madison County picking up anywhere from about, close to 2 inches across much of the county up to maybe 3 to 4 inches in the far northwestern part of the county. And then the snow cutoff being down closer to Bloomington. But again, the European would have most of the county picking up about 2 inches of snow. That's pretty realistic, I think. From there, we move on to the German Icon model. Again, it's got the cutoff relatively close to where the European has it. I mean, the sharp cutoff is right along I-70. Just south of it. But then it picks up the snow amounts pretty quickly, which would make sense because right where that transition happens, you're probably going to have some deformation going on and a lot more water content. So, it would make sense for us, wherever this cutoff is, to go from next to no snow to 3, 4, 5 inches within 30 or 40 miles. So this is the German Icon model. It would have Madison County picking up anywhere from 4 inches southwest to about 7 inches up northwest, or 4 inches southeast, and down around Marklettville up to 7 inches up around Elwood. GFS remains relatively aggressive. It doesn't pull the warm nose up because it gets it here sooner. It actually doesn't pull the warm nose up until over in Ohio. So again, it would have, Madison County picking up a 4 to 7 inch snowfall. I didn't share the NAM model because to me it was way over aggressive. Has 6 and 7 inch snowfall amounts all the way down almost to the Ohio River. I didn't think that's realistic, so I didn't share that one. But here is the high resolution German model. It's pretty aggressive with Madison County picking up 6 to 7 inches of snow. Again, I think it's maybe a little over aggressive, but I'm just showing you what the data has, and then you finally end up with the blend of models, which I think is too aggressive up there in northern Indiana, northern Illinois, that area up there. I do think 10 to 12 inches is on the table up there. I think that's too aggressive up there, but here in Madison County, it has us in this about a 4 to 7 inch snowfall as well. So overall, most of the data has us somewhere, in the 4 to 7 range. Personally, I still think I'm sticking with a 2 to 4 inch snowfall, with the idea that if that warm air advects in here more, we would get less. But if we don't get any warm air advection, like what the GFS and Canadian and NAM are showing, then we could end up, up more in the 6 or 7 inch range. It's going to be really tight to tell. The low is just now coming into the northwest portion of the U.S., so it'll get sampled here pretty soon. Then we'll have real data on how strong the storm is, and what the pressure gradients are, and then that will better inform how this storm is going to actually play out. So I might do something later this evening, but more likely I'm going to do something tomorrow morning than make an actual forecast. But right now I'm in the 2 to 4 inch camp for Madison County. Again, just with the idea that a 30 or 40 mile shift either way, it makes a huge difference. So I'm going to leave it at that. This is Micah Mitchell with Madison County Weather Updates. I hope you have a great Thanksgiving. Thank you all for trusting this page with your weather. And those of you who support the page, thank you so much. If you don't support the page and can, please check out the pinned post at the top of the Facebook and X pages and support the page. Have a happy Thanksgiving.